What up, you nerds? Fallout here, and today we're going to be going over a big ol' list I put together, 19 tips and tricks all to help you improve at Halo Infinite. I've been playing the game a ton lately and just loving the multiplayer altogether. If at any point you dig today's video, remember to click like and subscribe to the channel. But before we get going, I gotta tell you about a brand new game that you're definitely going to want to check out, Super People. Do you like the idea of battle royale games, but they don't have enough oomph? Well, get ready for a roster of playable super soldiers, each with their own characteristics and in-game traits. Unlike traditional battle royale games, there's a lot more strategy-driven combat going on in here. Learn to master your powers and outplay your opponents. You can level up during the course of a round to beef up your skills and unlock your ultimate skill. You can also upgrade your class's overall gear and equipment to make them stronger and flat out better in combat. The game features a unique scavenging system. Players can gather materials from the world to upgrade their equipment or craft items. With everybody on the hunt for materials, you never know when you're gonna bump into someone you gotta take down on the fly. Go to the game's website, linked down below in the video description, and be sure to click the big red banner on the website to sign up for the first closed beta test dropping on December 7th. It'll redirect you to Steam. Be sure to log in there, then reconnect back to gg.net and you're good to go. Game's gonna be hot, so again, don't forget to sign up for that closed beta before December 7th, and shout out again to Super People. Alright, back to the content. Let's dive in. Number 1, the body shot to headshot combo. Turns out, even a bunch of Halo veterans actually didn't know the following tip. I mentioned it the other day in my Halo Infinite weapon review video. Check that out later for more info on every weapon in the game, but the TLDR is that if you're using a weapon like the sidekick or even the battle rifle, you don't need to land every single shot in the head to obtain optimal time to kill. It's true, body shots are equally damaging to an enemy player's shield. For example, with the sidekick, you can either land 7 shots directly to the head for a kill, or you can land 6 shots in the body and then deliver the 7th and final shot to the head. It's the exact same thing. For the battle rifle, ain't no different, buddy boy. You can either go for the 4-tap with every shot directly in the head, or you can just land 3 full-on body shots and then deliver the 4th and final shot in the head. Work smarter, not harder. That actually might be a good segue into tip number 2, target the weak. I know, I'm kind of getting all Art of War on ya. You might be thinking, well, if I'm shooting an enemy in the body or center mass, how do I know when it's headshot kill time? Well, you can either plan on putting the latter half of all your shots in the dome to be safe, or you can look for the visual cue. All enemy players in PvP, when their shields are either broken or on the verge of breaking, they'll give off a red, sparkly lightning effect. Check the footage. When my buddy is right on the verge of dying from just one more battle rifle shot, you can see the red lightning effect of his near broken shield. Therefore, if you run into a PvP engagement and maybe see multiple targets, especially if you're lucky and they haven't noticed you yet, target the weak first. Look for that broken shield lightning effect and target that player first, because that'll be the much faster kill. Number 3, learn how to break the drop wall. The drop wall equipment can be annoying to deal with in PvP. While you can break each panel on the wall by shooting them individually, you can actually break the entire wall altogether by just shooting the gray metal piece at the very bottom one time. Bam, drop wall gone. Number 4, the run, slide, jump move. It's a movement technique making the rounds in Halo Infinite right now, and I'm going to give you a very quick crash course. First you run, then you slide, then you jump. It can help you move around the map quicker, and apparently it works even better if you either A, do it off a small ledge or drop off that isn't too high off the ground, or B, do it on a downward slope. Go into a custom game and try it out. You'll notice that when doing the run, slide, jump combo, you'll go noticeably further when doing it off a small ledge or downhill. Get around the map quicker, get into engagements quicker, run away from getting your butt kicked quicker. I may end up doing a longer video on the run, slide, jump technique in the future. Let me know down in the comment section if that's something you'd like me to do, but for right now, go give it some practice and put it into use in PvP. Moving quicker is literally never a bad thing in Halo multiplayer. Number 5, know where you're getting shot from. This one might be a little bit of a forehead tip, but I guarantee you there are people out there who don't know this, and we're doing it for them. In Halo, I know you can often get caught up in the moment when taking damage. It's totally normal to freak out and go into fight or flight mode, especially if you don't know where the hell you're getting shot from. Well, wonder no more. Next time you're taking damage, don't panic, and instead look for a thin red line on your HUD. The point of that line is to immediately indicate to you, the player, which direction you are getting shot from. With that info at hand, now you know maybe which way to run and regroup before re-engaging the enemy. You can also let your teammates know probably where you're getting shot from. The more info you have as a player, the better off you and your team are overall. Number 6, dropping weapons is okay. If you haven't played a Halo game since a long time ago, some things have changed. ranged. If you want to, you can actually drop a gun that you're carrying at any point in time. Check your settings to see what the default option for dropping is, but yeah, maybe you're in a game and you pick up an awesome power weapon off a dead enemy, but you already had an awesome power weapon. Rather than running around with two, which might be overkill, run back and dump one off of your teammate. Two players with a cracked weapon are often better than one player with double cracked weapons. Number 7, learn the damn map callouts. During any game of PvP, keep a weather eye on the bottom left-hand corner of your HUD down by the radar. No matter where you go on any map, the official names of your location will pop up down there right by the radar. By learning the official map locations, you can communicate more effectively with your team and actually give real callouts rather than saying things like, "He's on me," or "over there," or "by the big thing." Learn the real callouts and remember that they also pop up when you're watching other players on your team via the death cam. And speaking of the death cam, number 8, your death cam has exact health info of the player that killed you. I know everyone immediately notices the name and emblem of the player that killed you on your death cam, but look right above it. The game also tells you exactly how much health and shield meter they had right when they killed you. It literally shows up every time you die, so no need to guess as to how much health they might have had. Again, more helpful info to call out to your teammates. You really have no excuse to call out, "Oh man, he's one shot," if you can see plainly on your screen that you actually missed more shots on him than you thought and he still has half or even full shields. The more you know. Number 9, you can grapple freaking everything. Yeah, grappling is a really fun way to get around the map. You take shortcuts, you close the gap, you do what you gotta do, but remember, you can grapple so much more. Power weapons. Looking at a power weapon you really want to grab, but maybe it's too out in the open? Peter Parker that garbage right into your hands from downtown. No need to worry about exposing yourself. Vehicles. Enemy coming at you in a ghost or a warthog, hit him with the old grappling hook and you'll fly right into the vehicle. If you hit an open seat on a vehicle, you'll hop into that open seat, but if you hit an occupied seat with your grapple, you will automatically hijack the ride and kick the other guy out. Equipment, same thing as power weapons. Do you see a really tempting overshield or camo that you want to grab, but you don't want to run out in the open and get it? Pull it right over to you. Other players, grapple another player and you'll fly right at them and automatically connect with a melee. Great for trolling people or for closing the gap on someone from behind that you're trying to chase down for a one-hit melee back whack. Objectives, flag or oddball out of range, pull it right on over into your freaking hands. You can also grapple thrown plasma coils right out of the air, but great googly moogly if you pull that off in an actual game and not a private lobby, gargantuan Chad energy. On the topic of grappling everything, number 10, know your grapple range. Kind of a quick one. You'll eventually learn the range of the grappling hook by muscle memory and playing a lot, but until you do, there's a really easy way to know how long your grapple shot goes. Your reticle. Look into the dead center of your reticle on your HUD. Do you see a tiny little yellow dot? Well, there you go. That means you're in grapple hook range of whatever it is you're looking at. If you don't see that little yellow dot in the middle, it means you're too far away, bruh. By the way, want to travel around the map quickly but you don't have a grappling hook? Remember that you can use the repulsor to leap really high. It's like a bootleg grappling hook that can also shove people. Number 11, learn how the flag works. If you're playing Capture the Flag, it's pretty damned important to know how the flag actually works, so let's cover that real quick. There are 2 movement speeds when moving with the flag. You can either walk or run. When you walk, you remain completely undetected to the enemy team as long as you aren't in direct view of an enemy. If the enemy don't got direct line of sight on you, you will not appear on any player's HUD. If an enemy can see you, you'll appear briefly on their HUD with a bright flag carry icon, but again, once that line of sight breaks, you are hidden again. You'll also become revealed for at least 1 second every time an enemy shoots you. When you run with the flag, your position will immediately become revealed to everyone on the enemy team, but the upside is that you'll move way quicker. This becomes a game of when do I run, when do I walk? If you're going for a sneaky play on a large map, maybe in big team battle, it might be a good idea to be undetected for as long as you can while sneaking around. On a smaller, quicker playing map of Capture the Flag, depending on if the enemy already has a pretty good idea of where you are, just say the hell with it and haul ass. Remember, you can also throw the flag and pass it off to another teammate. There are definitely situations where it might be a better idea to throw the flag down and just fight it out instead of getting shot in the butt while you run away. Number 12, learn how radar works. Radar in Halo isn't so much radar, more of a quick motion detector. The range is only 18 meters, which is really short, something to keep in mind. But when you're within range, here's how radar works. If you're either walking at full speed or sprinting, you will show up on an enemy's radar. However, if you're either walking kind of slowly, not at full speed, you won't show up on the enemy radar, or if you're standing totally still. Also, crouch walking even at full speed will keep you off enemy radar. Final thing to take note of, if you shoot your weapon at any point, you will immediately ping on the enemy radar. Not when you're throwing a grenade, however, which is kind of weird. Number 13, beware the glare. Halo Infinite has a nifty way of letting you know if someone is watching you like a hawk with a long-range weapon. Look, when my friend enters ADS mode with his battle rifle, I can immediately tell he has a mild glare glinting off the scope of his rifle. That's how you know another player is zoomed in with a long-range weapon. It's even more noticeable on more powerful long-range weapons. The sniper rifle has an unbelievably bright golden glare that you can pretty much see from across the battlefield, and the skewer has a bright red glare that glows harder than the Eye of Sauron. If you see any of those glares on the battlefield, beware, your ass is being watched. Number 14, remember, you can ping things. Yeah, Halo Infinite has an in-game ping system that you can take advantage of, and it works exactly the way you think it does. Look at literally anything, mark it with whatever your default button is, and bam, you ping it for the people on your fire team. If you're already on the mic with your fire team, you might not be using the ping system a bunch because you, in theory, should already have pretty good map callouts, especially because the map locations are on your HUD. The one thing that's really nice though is that you can use the ping system to identify weapons or power-ups on the ground that you might not need that you want to leave for a teammate to pick up. That way your teammate knows exactly where that downed weapon or power-up is that you left intentionally for them to go pick up. Naturally, if you're a solo player or staying off the mic because people online are goddamn crazy, definitely take heavy advantage of the ping system. It will be a lifesaver. Number 15, scan to check if equipment or grenades are available on the map. Kinda like the ping system, Halo Infinite allows you to do an AI scan in-game. The AI scan can reveal the location of weapons, grenades, and equipment on the map even if it's out of your direct line of sight. While weapons are tricky to see if they're available or not via the scan, grenades or equipment will clearly appear as available or gone when scanned. That way you don't have to run out in the open to check if that repulsor or whatever is available or not. Number 16, know how camo works. When you activate the camo power-up in Halo, you become very hard to see, but not completely invisible. Even with camo turned on, remember that the moment you begin to sprint, the game will immediately make you visible again. Walking at max speed, though, keeps you hidden and also keeps you off radar. Even when you zoom in with a weapon like the battle rifle or the sniper, the crazy bright weapon glare we mentioned earlier will not show up. Number 17, use the right grenade for the right job. There are 4 different grenade types in Halo Infinite: frag, plasma, spike, and dynamo. Frag grenades are your basic bread and butter grenade. They have a moderately high area of effect explosion damage and are really good for bouncing around corners. Use the frag grenade if you want to try and clear out a room that you know is crowded without poking your head around the corner and getting shot by a ton of people. Plasma grenades can't bounce around corners as well as a frag grenade, but they do deal heavy damage. Unlike a frag, a plasma can get a one-hit kill on a full shield enemy by simply getting dropped near an enemy's feet. It is that powerful. Also, you can get a one-hit kill by straight up chucking a plasma nade onto another player. It'll stick right onto him and bam, instant death. Spike grenades are kinda odd. They can also stick to another player for a straight up one-hit kill. However, if you don't land a spike nade directly on an enemy, it'll do much less damage overall, but it's easier to get that damage. Spike nade explosions will ricochet and bounce around off walls, and from the test footage I got, it almost looks like the spike nade explosions will actually track towards a nearby target when ricocheting. Think less damage overall, but more likely it'll deal damage, especially in a closed off room. Dynamo grenades are great for 2 things: de-shielding enemies and shutting off vehicles. Any vehicle tagged by a passing dynamo grenade, you don't even need to hit the vehicle directly. It'll act like an EMP and shut the vehicle off for a couple of seconds. Sounds good because it is. In old Halo games, the plasma pistol could pull that move off, but not anymore. Thrown at an enemy player, the dynamo grenade will, not all at once, but rapidly de-shield the player as long as it's within range. Follow a dynamo grenade up with a sidekick or battle rifle headshot for a clean kill on a de-shielded jabroni. easy. Number 18, swapping weapons is quicker than reloading. If you're in a 1v1 gunfight with another player and you run out of ammo with your gun mid-battle and gotta reload before finishing off your de-shielded opponent, don't reload. Depending on your gun, it could take forever. Swap to a backup weapon and finish him off that way instead. You'll probably learn that pretty fast in quick play because there are definitely going to be times when you're trying to John Wick a guy with the old sidekick and you'll either miss-shoot or F up and run out of ammo. Just change to your backup gun and kill him quicker than you would by reloading. In ranked play, the battle rifle, which you spawn with, thank God, is way more reliable and lethal IMO than the sidekick. Still though, grab any backup weapon on the map that you can. You'll never know when you might randomly run out of ammo at the worst possible time. Number 19, you can ride a ghost. Play and capture the flag and you got no warthog to take you home? No problem. Just jump on your buddy's ghost and hover off into the sunset. You're still very much exposed the entire time, but doesn't matter. Still had fun. And there you go, 19 tips to hopefully help you improve at Halo Infinite. If you have any tips of your own that you'd like to share, I would love to hear them. Please share them down below in the comment section. Do me a favor, would you, and hit the like button and subscribe to help me with my oh so humble goal of one day taking over the world. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.